Hello and welcome to my review of... One sec. I gotta return some videotapes. Welcome to my review of American Psycho. It came as a shock to me and probably as a shock to a lot of you watching that I have never seen this movie until now. This is my first time watching it, which is crazy. It has been on my radar for so many years, and it's one of those movies that you add it to your list and you're looking for the right time to watch and you just can't find the right time, so you keep sitting on it and sitting on it. And then last week I was at my girlfriend's house and her brother said that we should watch it, and so I said, okay, now is the time, let's do it. Here's my review, and honestly, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good film. It was well made, it was well shot, it was very well acted. I may be a little lower on my rating for this movie just because, like I said, I've been waiting to watch this for like a decade now, and maybe that hype overhyped it for me, so maybe I'd have to rewatch this a couple times to get a full understanding of how I truly feel about this movie. But I'm gonna bring my review after one watch. These are my fresh ideas and how I feel right now, so I think this is the right time to do it. And let's just get into the movie. From a filmmaking standpoint, I think this is very well made. I actually looked into the director of this movie to see what else she's done, and honestly, she hasn't done much. So I was shocked that such a low-key director made this film. I honestly thought I was going to see a big name behind it. She has very good shots. She has a very good writing style. And she got the best out of her actors. I think this is one of Christian Bale's best performances. Now, some of the different, shots in this movie, I will say, they do look like they kind of poorly aged, which isn't a good thing for a movie that was filmed in 2000. I don't know if that was a thing they were going for, to kind of get an old school vibe. It does feel like this movie is set more in like the 70s and 80s, and some of the shots feel like they could be from a 70s film. So maybe that's the vibe they're going for. I hope so, because if not, it's kind of sad how much these shots have dated in only 2 decades. Getting into my positives of this, I would say that the acting is a huge positive. I would say that the script is a huge positive, even though it can get a little confusing near the end, which I'm okay with. I'm good with movies that, leave things up for debate and have you create your own ending or your own story to it. I like that kind of film. I heard that the book was actually very open-ended and that you're supposed to create your own ending through reading the book. I feel like that sort of story works better in book form because, you're kind of building all the shots and all the scenes in the story in your own mind, and you're building the characters in your own mind, and you're able to come up with these different scenarios, whereas in a film, it's just put out on the screen for you and you see it all happening in real time, and, it's harder to come up with your own ideas. That being said, a couple negatives I have about this film is that it felt like it had a little bit missing, and I know I shouldn't say that with a movie that's a classic and everybody seems to love this one, and I really did enjoy it. I really did have a good time with it, but I can't put my finger on what was missing. There is a lot of cool different scenes. I like the whole aspect of this psychopath who lives a regular life in higher class New York, and the people around him don't even see how crazy he is, and he can get away with all these different things. I like the big shootout ending and the big crazy finale and all these different thoughts and ideas that are going through your head as you watch. I can't figure it out. Something's missing. So if you guys feel the same way and you know what you think is missing, let me know in the comments below. Can't figure it out. One other thing, and I don't know if this is a negative or not, because like I did say, it is cool how you can kind of come up with your own story and your own ending, but the end of this movie, the final scene, did leave me a bit confused, because, you're sitting there and the whole story comes out that the first character that he killed, Jared Leto, is actually in another country, and he went on a few lunch meetings with Christian Bale's lawyer, and so he's well and alive, and that other things that were happening, they never actually happened, so maybe they're all in Christian Bale's head, or maybe people just aren't realizing them. There's two different ways you could look at this. In my opinion, I think it may all be in his head. I have to, like I said, I have to rewatch this a couple times to truly understand how I feel about this. There's just some weird scenes that make me feel like there's no way this is real. The one scene where the girl escapes the apartment building and she's running from door to door, knocking and screaming, and she's running around the stairwell, and Christian Bale is like fully naked, just chasing around with a chainsaw, and nobody seems to care. Nobody walks out or questions what all the noise and commotion is. That's a little bit weird to me. I saw a video online of people saying that everyone in New York is so like full of themselves and full of what they're doing, all these high-class people, that they don't even care to go out and see what the commotion is. I kind of like that thought process, but to me it's just weird. Like, you're telling me nobody noticed this, nobody called the cops, nobody, you know, freaked out that this guy who lives in their apartment complex is running around naked with a chainsaw. It's just weird to me. Another thing I found weird is a lot of things that he says to people, they kind of just blow him off. He'll say very creepy and eerie things to his group of friends that he works with, and they'll make a little weird face at him and then just blow it off and be his best friend right again after that. If one of my friends said some of those things, I would question him. I'd be a bit creeped out. Another thing is when he calls his lawyer on the phone during the finale and he tells him all these crazy things he did, the lawyer like plays it off as a joke, doesn't really believe him. That makes me think that maybe it all is in his head, because a lot of the things he's doing and showing truly show him as a true psychopath, and if other people can't see that, it probably is in his head. While watching, I kept questioning how these things can happen with no one realizing, and then at the end I thought, okay, maybe it is all in his head. That being said, I do think he is a true psycho, because even if it's all in his head and it's not actually happening, he did have that notebook in his desk with all those creepy drawings in it, and you could tell that his secretary was creeped out by that. Again, it's hard to tell. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This is a movie I do want to talk about and discuss with you guys, because I truly don't have the answer, and I don't know if anyone really does. I know the director and the book writer both want it to be open ending, and they both don't have the answer either. They've been asked many times, and they just come out and say it's however you interpret it, which, like I said, that is very cool. I don't know, it's not very much of a negative, it's just kind of my thought process of this film. A lot of iconic moments in here, a lot of quotes that my friends have said, a lot of GIFs I've seen online and memes I've seen online that just show up in the movie. I swear I've seen half this movie just scrolling through Twitter. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I understand the love for it. I really appreciate this movie. It seems like something that would be directly in my wheelhouse that could end up being one of my all-time favorites. And who knows, maybe upon rewatch it will go up for me. Maybe I'll do a review series in the future where I can review this movie again, rank it among some other films. We'll see. If you guys want to suggest something to me for that, let me know again in the comments below. Getting into my overall rating for this movie, as it stands right now, I'm going to go with a 7.5 out of 10. For me, for a movie to be really good, just a movie that automatically goes into my upper echelon of movies, of ones that I will constantly think about and want to go back to, that's where you get to the 8, 9, 10 range for me. This movie's almost there. It just has something missing that I can't put my finger on. So 7.5 out of 10 for now. Thank you all so much for watching my review. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this film. Let me know your rating of it. Let me know your theories on this movie, because I know there are a lot of them. Also, please make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. You guys are really helping me grow. I want you guys to grow with me as we move on and get many more subscribers and do many more fun things on this channel. I have lots of things planned. They're in the works. I know I keep saying that. Some things I have dropped already if you want to go check them out. Some things are still being worked on. Lots and lots of fun ideas. So thank you all for sticking around, and have a great day.